Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Mecca Media Morning Show. I am your brother Hiram Hakeem. And once again, I'm in the building. Speaking about the building, as you can see, I have the lovely, very beautiful, the goddess herself, true legacy. Mama Nola is in the building. Tell everybody what's happening.
Well, thank you for having me here. And we have a family cookbook, a family legacy recipe book. And my daughter helped me to publish the book. And also, I was inspired to do this when Brother Samuel Rashida shared with me a poem. And can I say the poem?
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
Okay. Muslim bean pie. There's something magical about this pie. It tends to draw you in after you give it a try. It's made from the navy bean, which makes it very unique. A lot healthier than the sweet potato and very good to eat. It's a brand of the Nation of Islam and sold all around the world. In Muslim circles, it's like a precious pearl. This is truly a product we can call our own. So you better hurry up and call Mama Nola before they're all gone.
Hey, you better say it and don't delay it. I like that. Hey, listen, make no mistakes. We're selling cookbooks, y'all. We're selling cookbooks and we're selling pies. And bean pie is the most important pie. And because they do some incredible things in the navy bean itself, which is the foundation of the bean pie, is what we need to be talking about. But more importantly, we want you guys to know this is your one-stop shop, all things pastry. This book right here, if you don't get it, you might as well forget it. All right. You better feel me. This thing right here, we're gonna talk to her. We got apple pie, bean pie, lemon meringue pie, sweet potato pie, and everything. First off, let's talk about what got you into baking.
Well, I have aunts, my grandmother, who started this years ago. So I went to each one of them, learned how they did it, and as a result of that, collected all their recipes and put them into my book. And my pies and cakes, people really love them. We're at the farmer's market every year from June through September. And we had one lady that came to the market. And after she tried one of my pies, she said, you know, I just want to cry. It reminds me of my grandmother. And then I had another man who personally wrote me a letter in the mail to thank me for making him a pie.
Listen, man, you know what they say about this new generation. They say this new generation can't cook. But guess what? If you can't cook, it don't matter. Get the cookbook, okay? It don't matter if you can't cook. Get the cookbook. Put some legacy. Legacy don't have to stop at her bloodline because we are our family. That's why we say, how you doing, family, right? Mm-hmm. So get this in your family, get this in your life. Let somebody know if you ain't a great baker, ain't a great cook, well, guess what? The game has changed because the game changer is in the building in Akron, Ohio, for you and yours. Now, you're not from Akron. Tell everybody where you're from.
I'm from Springfield, Ohio.
We got some people from out of Springfield. Some big superstars from out of Springfield, and you're the biggest star by far, all right? The Eastern Star, okay? Tell somebody what motivated you to even think about, because, you know, you said the bean pie got some health benefits. What gave you that knowledge to get into that?
Well, you know, being from the Nation of Islam, some years ago, I was taught how to make the bean pie. And we had the classes called the MGT. And Sister Juria Akram, she was one that made the pie, and another sister. And so that's where I initially started with the bean pie. The other pies came from my aunts, Aunt Bee, Aunt Rose, Aunt Dorothy, my mother Helen, and Aunt Anise. And they made the best pies. So I'm trying to share this with other people. And the people love my pies. And I just feel like this is my purpose for being.
Oh, man, I like this, man. At the end of the day, the bean pie is definitely one of my favorite pies, if not the favorite and everything. I understand you bought me a present as well, right?
I brought you a bean pie today.
Come on, you better say it and don't delay it. Okay. So look, let's talk about sweet potato pie. The difference between the bean pie and the sweet potato pie and the pumpkin pie. A lot of people say they are like family members because of the taste. What's the difference?
Well, Elijah Muhammad had told us the bean, the little navy bean, was the best, and it's easier to digest. But typically, most people like the sweet potato pie. So we can make that also, and my mother taught me how to remove the strings. And that's what makes it easier to digest. So I sell a lot of the sweet potato pies, the bean pies, and the peach cobblers.
Come on, the peach cobbler. You didn't say the peach cobbler.
Oh, yes.
My goodness. All the stuff is from scratch, of course.
From scratch.
Oh, my God.
And I've had people ask me, do you share your recipe? And I tell them, my mother wouldn't allow that.
You better say it. Listen, speaking about sharing the recipe, how can we get a hold of this platinum book right here? This is like treasure. This is like gold. How can we purchase this thing?
Well, typically I sell them at the farmer's market or wherever, but you can also go on to Amazon.com and get your book, and you can order it.
Okay, that's good. Just look under Mama Nola's Mama Nola's Pies, a family legacy recipe book, and you'll be able to purchase this for you and yours as well. Let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. When we talk about the apple pie, the cherry pie, and different things like that, we love those things. But that lemon meringue pie, my mom used to do that thing. I'm telling you, man, it was something lovely about the lemon meringue pie. Do you get a lot of calls about that as well?
I do get calls for the lemon meringue pie. And in fact, my first husband, that was his favorite, the lemon meringue pie. So that's one pie that I do, and it's in my book.
Oh, my goodness. So not only you can do it, but she's telling you you can do it. That's right. Go to Amazon, man. Pick up the book. You already know the name of the book, Mama Nola's Pies, a family legacy recipe book. And you can, some say cheat your husband. This is the cheat code, okay? I'm going to say treat your husband, okay?
Right.
And treat somebody in the family. Don't stop bringing those store-bought pies, okay? Really, they go in the stores buying pies for like $14 for a pie. Are you kidding me? $14 for a pie? When you can just buy this book for pretty much around that price code, okay? And guess what? You will be making homemade pies. And not only that, the house will be smelling like grandma. You better say it, right? Hey, listen, tell somebody, man, why is it important that our sisters know how to cook, learn how to cook, get back in the kitchen and learn some techniques?
Well, not only are the pies good, but also if you make your own, you're not getting all the chemicals that the stores put in there. And the chemicals aren't good for you. So this way you know what you're feeding your family, and it also comes out in the taste quality. And not only do we have pies, but I have a recipe for homemade rolls. And so I think, there's a couple pound cake recipes.
No.
And those are typically the recipes that I sell that the public love. Now, there's one in there that you don't hear much of. It's called gooseberry. And so I had a man bring me gooseberries he picked, and I made the pie. But you'll see it in my book that you can order that from Amazon.
Come on, man. Look, and when I say a book, we got to understand, man, this is not some leaflet, some booklet, some small little booklet. This is a real book, and it's in tangible form. You can get this thing. The pictures are beautiful. It's easy for you to understand. The font, okay, is big enough for you to read. Those of you know what I'm talking about. You ever get a book and everything is so small you can't use it? Well, this book is perfectly hand-sized, workbook size and everything. I think I just saw something. No, you didn't just say lemon pound cake. Did you just say lemon? And there's a 7-Up in the lemon pound cake. Some people call it the 7-Up lemon pound cake. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Ooh, wait.
And then we also have another pound cake recipe in there. Now, another thing I want to note, in the back of the book, we have measurements But we also have things you can substitute if you're diabetic.
Come on now.
And we also have, like, you can use maple syrup, and you can use other things, so that makes it kind of flexible, that you don't have to say, well, just plain sugar. So that'll help you if you have people that are on special diets.
You know, she said she has measurements and everything. What she's really saying, she's got that knowledge you can't get in college in the back of her books. She's educating you guys about what's going on. So let's say if you ever look at a recipe and it says 1/3 this, 1/5 that, and this, that, and the third, 1 cup this. This book right here don't leave you out there. The queen don't leave you out there. She's saying, hey, flip to the back. It'll give you all the intel for you to excel, okay? A little understanding for your planning, okay? Right. And this thing right here, I mean, I don't usually do this, but I gotta show you what I'm talking about. She's teaching you guys, not showing you. See, the recipe shows you. The recipes show you with the recipes and stuff like that. But the back is the decoder in case you're not familiar with that kitchen technique and those measurements. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because at the end of the day, a lot of us is not familiar with that traditional cooking. They say they taking home ec out of schools and everything. Did you learn this, the measurements and stuff, in school or at home?
I learned the pie baking from my aunts and my grandmothers, but because they used a handful of this and that, I broke it down into measurements that would be consistent to still give you a quality pie. And I think that's part of helping the young people. One thing I might add is, here's where we started, and it's in the opening of my book. It started with my great-grandfather being a freed slave.
Come on now.
And there's an article that was done in the Battle Creek, Michigan newspaper about him. In turn, his daughter was Carrie Carson. Then my mother was Helen Scott. And then I'm Nola. But also I'm passing it down through the generations. So I have a granddaughter named Amira, and she can outbake me now. So we're going to keep the legacy going. It won't stop with me.
Good. That's good.
And that is the thing that some of my customers have asked me. Is there anyone who can carry on the legacy when you're gone? So I have to give her props because she is such an excellent young lady, and she keeps Mama Nola going.
You better say it. You better say it. The name of the book is Mama Nola's Pies, A Family Legacy, which she just touched on, a recipe book and everything. If somebody want to get the book, how can they find it? How can they get in touch with you and follow you on social media? How can they do that?
MamaNolasPies.com. And you can also go to Amazon. Put in Mama Nola's Pies, A Family Legacy Recipe Book, and you can order your own book through Amazon, and they will deliver.
Hey, listen, man, she delivered today. Listen, for the ReporterNewspaperOnline.com and the lovely Queen Mama Nola's, we want to thank you for taking the time out to see what we talking about. I am your brother, Hiram Hakeem. Have some fun and get something done, y'all. Peace.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.